Okay. Let me just try turning on. Well, let me just express the concept. So you you know, as the concept being how these the logic behind the color change and how things are changed. I see. I have an anomalous situation here where I go yellow and I go white at the same time. So it's a little less confusing. Let me ask for some more data, and we'll see better examples. Okay. Bear with me here. We'll see. All right, here's a good one. We'll trail this one all the way through the sequence. So we enter, the stop gets put at 2% below. We hit our target, we move it to a no loss. We hit our second target, and our stop gets moved to where our first target was. And then that stop stays there, except we now have invoked the pivot stop, right? And so long as it's stepping up, no problem. As soon as we get a step down and we close below the 3-day pivot low, we go white here, and the pivot gets set at the previous day low. Let me put that in there. I'll use the show me for the previous day low since we don't need the high. Show me, what is it? End day low. End day low. We just want one, and we don't want to show the text. Oops. Alright, so you see that this white line here where we stopped out is on the previous day's low. And so the SmartStop and LEXi and the profit targets allow us to implement a pretty sophisticated strategy here with stops and targets, and it's smart in that it has rules built in on how to how to trail these stops. Now you can, in addition to this, and stick in any of the other stops like the chandelier exit, and whichever one happens first is the one that you'll take. So if I go in here and put trail LEXi in there as well, and I'll just take the defaults, okay, I'm gonna be exiting my position on some of the trailing stops, some of these chandelier stops, instead of just the SmartStops. But if I don't hit one of my trailing chandeliers, I'll stay with the smart. Now I think with the default setting, we get I draw off a lot of little trend lines on a 5-minute chart with the and this is going back a couple of years, so maybe I'll abort it and do it for less data at another time. But the point is, you can mix and match them. The SmartStops don't take as long as what's going on here? Oh, everybody got turned off. I did the opposite of what I wanted to do. Now, this is an example of one stop mode. Now, at this point in the development, if there's some basic strategy of trailing stops that requires maybe 3 or 4 inputs max, and then will do exactly what you want, and it includes risk-based. The risk-based sizing you want is going to be in LEXi.alt. What there will be is an option on size. If you enter a -1 on the trade amount, on the size, it will auto size it for you based on the available capital you have. So while we're waiting for this to compute, I just wanted to review. You had mentioned the Van Tharp sizing stuff. So, there's the issue of the sizing of an individual trade and the sizing against the portfolio. There's the marble game philosophy that you want to know what your risk of ruin is and make sure you don't bet more than your bankroll, so until the law of large numbers kicks in for you. And that involves analyzing this trading strategy for positive expectation if you really want to be rigorously Van Tharp. I have a R&D program to prove whether a strategy has positive expectancy or not, but it's a pretty time-consuming process. But it's doable with the tools that you have between TradeStation and multi-charts and Excel. In order to, there's a book that called evidence-based trading, that outlines the process of demonstrating in TradeStation whether or not your strategy has positive expectation. And if you do, then when you place your bets across a portfolio, you can weigh some of your bets with others. Oh, I turned the end of day on, and I shouldn't. Let me turn that off. So let's see, we're closing on an 8:20. What time was your cutoff time? All right, we're coming to now. All right, so just to wrap then, the SmartStop is a functioning example of embedding a set of fairly detailed rules in a very simple strategy that can be added on to LEXi. And there's the variable here called entry stop mode that I have the ability to add to them so as to make this function according to specific rules that you may have. And I may be able, at this point there aren't that many users where I can't create more inputs, change these inputs, or documents. So this, as a beta user, is someplace I'd like to get your input on, where I should go from here to make it most useful. Now, Keith has also been requesting risk-based sizing, so that's been on our short list for a long time, and we have it in another strategy. I'm just going to move it into LEXi. So that thus ends our lesson for today. Let me know. I'll see if I can't cut I'll see what I can do with these videos, and I'll let you know, and you'll be in touch. Right. Okay. Right. I have that. I didn't lose it, and I know what I did. So if I don't have it, I can cut a straight video. So that's next. All right. I'll let you go. Have a good day.